Hi, this is Bree. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to do just a quick grocery haul video for you. I'm going to do a large batch cooking day on Monday, and really I'm just making soup and hopefully muffins too. That will depend on if I'm wrangling kids well enough to continue on with muffins. But I have a couple of friends in need of meals, and I also could use some meals in the freezer. And this is my grocery store haul in preparation for the large batch cooking day, or my batch cooking day. I'm also going to show you what I bought to fill my pantry, or as of today, my freezers. Each time I go to the grocery store, I try to buy something that fills my stock of food. And so sometimes it's something really small. Today it was actually something really big. I got quite a score and I'm pretty excited about it. And I will show you that in just a minute. The three soups that I'm planning on making are chicken noodle, broccoli, and a stew. And those are all really simple, but I'm keeping it simple because I just moved. And I also wanted to make some things that were pretty hearty and utilized quite a bit of broth for health reasons for the people that I am taking the soups to. And also, just with it being winter and cold, stew just seemed like the perfect frozen meal to bring to somebody. For me, this is a very small grocery shopping trip, except for the one item I got to fill my freezer. It was still kind of expensive. One, because I didn't go to the discount grocery store or Aldi or Walmart. I went to just the regular old grocery store, mostly because of time. But I'm glad I did, because the convenience actually helped me get a really great score on a freezer item. But also I knew the things that I was buying, the prices really weren't that much different from the regular grocery store and Aldi or Walmart. And you know, I'm always thinking about convenience, time versus cost. And if this was like one of my huge grocery shopping trips, I would never go to just like the regular grocery store. Ours is called Ingles. Yours might be Publix or Food Lion or Bilo. I would definitely go to multiple grocery stores if I was doing a large grocery shopping trip. I don't often make it to the like discount grocery store just because I'm extremely limited on time with the amount of work I have to do during the week. And so Aldi is mostly where I shop. But Aldi can be very tricky because a lot of times their quantities are smaller, and that's why their price is lower. And so you just gotta watch out for stuff like that. And it's kind of like, okay, does it really matter if I go to Ingles today? I really don't think it did. So let me show you what I got. First, I got 4 large bags of broccoli cuts. I got the 32 ounces. So for my soup, I need 30 ounces per meal. And so I wanted to make 4 meals, 2 for me, 2 for the families that I'm taking these to. And so I got 32 ounces. Now I usually buy like the blocks of broccoli just because they fit into my freezer better, but I'm using these in 2 days, so I wasn't too worried about it. And these were also cheaper. So the blocks, I think they're 10 ounces each. They were 16 cents an ounce, maybe. Yeah, and then these were only 13 cents an ounce, and they weren't even on sale. So on sale, I would get even a bigger deal. I haven't looked up buying bulk frozen broccoli, but I think I'm going to because I use it for a lot of stuff. When I had my last garden, I grew a significant amount of broccoli and had frozen broccoli through the winter. So it's kind of hard on me sometimes to purchase things like this because I know I can grow it. A friend of mine is coming over tonight, and so I bought a chicken because I have too much to do to cook a meal. A whole chicken. Flour is definitely something I need to purchase bulk in my next Azure order. It is astronomical at every grocery store. I don't buy Aldi flour because it's not a quality of flour that I like. I find that it smells kind of rancid, so I don't buy it. I would rather go without and not bake than buy that flour. There's just some things like that for me. I would never let my children go hungry, but there's some things that I don't mind letting go in order to get the better quality later. These are the noodles I put into my chicken noodle soup when it's for a family that is gluten-free. They're like vermicelli rice noodles. You get them in like the Asian section. I was out of coffee, so I just got an inexpensive organic brand. I got 2 huge bags of cheese. Now, yes, I could have bought blocks of cheese and just shredded it, and that would have been a good job for a kid. But I'm extremely busy the day that I'm making these meals, and so I was trying to cut corners. The block weight and the shredded weight are the same price, but the difference is the shredded has fillers, and so you may not want those in your body or in your children's bodies. This Parmesan is a treat that I buy myself for salads. It's just my favorite, and so when I can, I get it. Once again, I bought some garlic and olive oil. That was another convenience purchase. I also got some fresh garlic, but once again, I just feel like anything to make Monday easier for me is gonna be good, because it's not like it was that expensive, and it will help me get done what I wanna get done on that day. I was out of onions. I was really grateful that the store had organic onions, and they were $4 for 3 pounds, which I feel like that's a pretty good price. So $1.33 a pound. I got 2 bags because I'm always eating onions, and when there's a good price and when there's organic, I like to buy them. Actually, now I kind of wish I'd gotten more, but I don't have my bulk stuff set up yet, so it's probably better I didn't. They probably not last very long. I bought a couple of pounds of red potatoes. Once again, these potatoes I bought for convenience. They were a little more expensive than the other potatoes, but really not much because they were on sale. They were $1.98 a pound, which for little potatoes is really a deal where I live, because usually they're like $4.98 or $3.98 to $4.98 for a pound for these like convenient little potatoes. So anytime I find these, I try to buy a whole bunch of them. I didn't today, like I said, because I just don't have my storage set up yet. But those potatoes are for the stew, and I'm gonna make enough for two of the families, and then for my family too. So I think that'll be enough. If not, I do have some potatoes in my pantry too. I got lemons. I just like having lemons around. We use them for all sorts of stuff, but that's actually also for the broccoli soup. And then of course, carrots. I know across the country people are saying that eggs are the thing that they can't find, but I actually have not been able to get carrots, organic or non-organic, for a while. I've only been able to get baby carrots. So once again, I wish I had stocked up, but that will be coming. I kind of wish I had gotten like 4 bags and then saved 3 bags, but I did get a 5-pound bag, and that will last me not that long. My kids love carrots. And then that's gonna go in the stew and the chicken noodle soup. I bought my favorite lettuce. It is astronomically expensive. I think it's like $6 for 4 ounces, not even half a pound. It's a quarter of a pound. Really makes me want to get my garden into the ground. If you've followed this channel very long, you know how much I love fresh greens, how much I love to grow greens in the winter and eat lettuce and kale and Swiss chard and fresh herbs all winter long. So most lettuce from the store tastes really cardboardy to me, but this butter lettuce tastes super good to me, and so I always buy it for our salads, that and romaine. The romaine, organic romaine, is a lot more affordable in my town, so this is kind of a splurge for me. I got organic celery. It was actually a really good price today. I've actually never grown celery, so I'm not sure if it's like cost effective to grow it or to buy it. I've always bought it. I feel like it was $1.98 for 1 pound. That's more than 1 pound. Anyway, it was $1.98 for each bunch. I got 2 dozen eggs just because we needed eggs. The celery is for the soups. I got eggs and milk and half. I do try to still buy certain things organic for my family, and eggs are one of those. I know a lot of the country is seeing a huge rise in egg prices, and a lack of eggs. I haven't experienced that, maybe because the eggs I buy were already so expensive. But I feel like eggs are super nutritious, super good for you. I actually try to buy them from friends as much as possible, because then you really know you're getting tons of nutrition, because whatever those chickens eat, whatever nutrition they're ingesting, that's the nutrition you're getting. So, you know, I don't really know what Pete and Jerry's eggs are eating. But I do know that the label at least says free range and organic. Usually I buy this other brand that says pasture raised, which I prefer, and organic, because free range can just mean that they're not in cages. But anyways, can't always be picky. I'm just letting you know what I've come up with. And then I was able to get organic milk. Milk is just astronomical. It's one of those things that I do without in other areas in order to buy good milk. And I actually usually buy grass-fed, but they didn't have it today. And you may wonder why I care, but milk and eggs, the reason they're staples in people's diets is because historically they had tons of nutrition. They're superfoods. And so they're filled with fat and vitamins and protein and just everything, even carbohydrates. It's like everything you need to be healthy. Not that you could necessarily live off them, but it really does matter the quality. And so because my children eat so many eggs and eat so much milk, those are things that I will make sure are high quality. If that means we go without cheese, if that means we go without butter, if that means we go without other things, snack foods, you know, whatever. I make sure though that in my budget I can put the things that really matter to me for my children. I make sure and get high quality, and I make my budget work for that. With moving, I just found I was out of a lot of stuff, so I got aluminum foil and parchment paper, dish soap. Oh, these were a crazy splurge. I would never, these were $4 for 1 ounce, but I'm indulging a child who asked me for them. So if you can do stuff like that to bless your children's hearts and to show them like, hey, I heard you, hey, I love you, then do it. So Joyful had a friend who was eating those and shared them with her, and she's like, Mom, can you get me some so then I can share with her? And I was like, okay. So I got her some. Okay, like I said, part of the reason that was an expensive grocery shopping trip. I always get frustrated when I'm not doing like a normal grocery shopping trip because I feel like it costs more to just buy a few items. This is probably in my head, but that's how it feels. Okay, one of the reasons though this trip cost so much is because one of my budget grocery shopping hacks is to buy meat on sale. I often look for organic meat on sale. Thankfully, this large chain grocery store we have here stocks tons of organic meat, but a lot of people don't buy it. So, at least not the chicken. And so I buy it in bulk when I can. So when I check every time I go to the store, even if I'm just running in for milk. And so when I see the chicken on sale, I buy as much as I can that day. They're still all in bags. I got 10 of these whole organic chickens, $2.78 a pound. Now there were 13 chickens. I left 3 because I just feel bad taking it all. I just feel like I was so blessed today, and I'm so grateful because I had the money in my budget today, because I don't know why. I mean, I guess I've just been being really careful, but I had the extra money in my budget to stock up on the chicken. And there was so much of it. I've actually never seen that many whole chickens on sale. Usually there's just a handful and I'll take a couple of them. So I did the math. Oh, one thing I want to show you on these chickens, and I'll do this once I have my vacuum sealer back, but it's whole young chicken. It says parts of giblets may be missing, which means the giblets are in there. Now, the giblets are like the neck and some of the organs, and a lot of people eat those. I like to use them for stock, but a lot of times they're in there wrapped in plastic. And so what I like to do is I like to take them out and then vacuum seal the chicken back whole, or even piece the chicken into parts and then vacuum seal the parts. Because if I don't take the giblets out now and then repackage them, I have to thaw them in order to cook them whole, which drives me crazy. I'd rather just throw a frozen chicken in the oven or in the Instant Pot or in the crock pot. But I'm not gonna do that if it has plastic inside of it, because then all the toxins from the plastic are just gonna leach into your good chicken. The price, the total for all of this was $330. The total for the chicken was $130. I'm gonna add up real quick what's gonna be in these meals. This is going to make 12 meals. Okay, so this is a rough estimate on what it costs just for the food that's going into the meals. That's not including the meat for the stew, because that's in my freezer already. That was a steer that we butchered, our last steer from our farm that we butchered. So I'm not even gonna include that. So $87.80. So we're gonna divide $87.80 by 12. That's gonna be $7.31 per meal. That's pretty awesome. So the chicken was $2.78 a pound. I bought 10. I averaged them. I averaged the cost of each chicken. So the average cost was $13.44. So I spent about $134 on 10 whole chickens. That for me is about 20 meals. Now, it wouldn't be 20 meals if I was roasting a whole chicken and feeding that whole entire chicken to my family in one meal. But I financially cannot afford that right now. And that's fine. I have found in life that there are times where you have to adjust the way that you eat for your finances. There are times where you do bare bone meals. You don't add all of the extras. Like for instance, say you're eating spaghetti. Maybe you wouldn't add garlic bread and sprinkled cheese on top and a big salad. You know what I mean? You might would just do spaghetti and a salad or something like that. So like right now, that's the season I'm in. So if I do roast a whole chicken or cook a whole chicken, I will only let us eat half of it. And then I'll add bread and salad, because those things tend to be cheaper unless you're buying butter lettuce. Those things tend to be cheaper than meat. Okay, so back to what I was saying. This is about 10 chickens. I can usually do around 20 meals. That would definitely be the max. That's the high end. But plus broth. So I don't eat the broth from every chicken at every meal. Sometimes I might, but that's gonna include broth. So that's about $6.70 per meal. And then that's around 74 cents per person per meal if I include the twins, which I do now because they're mostly eating what we eat. One thing I also want to point out about the chicken is that I know that small farmers cannot compete with large grocery store prices on chicken, especially organic, especially when it's on sale. I know that. And this is not me saying that small farmers should lower their prices. It's me saying I can't afford to buy a chicken from a small farmer. And I can't grow my own right now. And I can't pay somebody to grow my own. And so I am buying and supporting what I can, which is organic chicken on sale. All I'm saying is that what I could look at as a failure, meaning I'm not providing my children the absolute best, I could feel like that's a failure. But instead, the way I'm gonna look at it is this is an incredible blessing. This is a huge blessing. I am so grateful that I not only could afford to buy 10 chickens today, but there were 10 chickens, organic whole chickens, on sale for me to buy to feed my beautiful children with. And that's how I get through my days. That is the only way that I'm gonna be able to live a life of thanksgiving and joy, is to find the gratefulness, to find the joy, to find the blessings in each day. So I'm not gonna let something that could be turned in my head as a failure, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna rejoice and be grateful for what I was given today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for coming along while I showed you my grocery haul for my batch cooking day. Pretty excited about it. I've received a lot of meals in the last couple of years, especially when the babies were in the hospital. We had frozen meals brought to us that lasted us 3 months. And so now, any chance I get, I like to bring somebody a meal. I mean, I've kind of always done that, but now I'm extra vigilant because I just know what a blessing it is.